Welcome back. Daily Show on a Wednesday. I'm on vacation. Back with Lacy.
Hi, CJ.
Same outfits as me, huh? Yeah. Both of us didn't change. We
Just
both wore the same thing.
my Wednesday outfit now.
That's it. That's just what I better expect it. You know when I come. What'd you write about almost this week?
Well, I will be writing about the Zouch family. It's Zeuch. How would you pronounce that?
Zouch.
Zouch. All right. So on March 3rd, 1926, Mrs. Charles F. Zouch, also known as Mrs. Lottie Green Zouch, died in St. Louis. So I wouldn't have known that, but on Friday, April 30th, 1926, so little month and some change, almost 2 months later, there was an article in the Alton Telegraph that said, second wife dies, Zouch reweds first. So less than 2 months after his wife died, he remarried his first wife, who he had divorced in 1891. So his wife dies, that he's married to. Mm-hmm. They bury her. Mm-hmm. And then it said, after the death of his second wife a month ago, Charles F. Zouch was lonely in the big house in which he lived. It was in St. Louis. He thought of his first wife, the mother of his 3 daughters, to whom he had been wed nearly half a century before, and he longed for her. From his daughters, who had kept in touch with their father and mother through the years.
I'm glad.
That's nice. He learned that she was in Los Angeles and was also, well, she was a widow. He was a widower. So he started writing her letters.
How old were these people?
They were, well, he was 66, so she was probably about the same. Here's my favorite. Let bygones be bygones was the gist of 3 special delivery letters, which Zouch sent to her in a week. And then she decided, good enough, and came to St. Louis, and they got married.
I have very rarely been stumped on where to go. There's so many ways I can take this. Do I take it from an angle of, what a great love story? Or do I take it of an angle as, this guy left his wife, regretted it for 25 or however long,
Yeah.
and then is just waiting for this poor woman to die. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. Because we all grieve differently.
We all grieve differently.
And I'm not picking on anybody that, because, sometimes people get, well, they remarried you. You never know. To each their own person. Right. I am not going to go out from that angle. I'm just saying. How do the kid... I don't know if you can make a correlation 100% with certainty that this guy just remembered his wife a day or 2 after his second wife dies. Again,
everyone grieves differently, but it wasn't even like they reconnected in a month.
No.
Like, they're already married at this point.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a little, I'm not judging. I don't know if there's any Zouches left. I'm not here to pick on you. I'm just saying.
And I'm going to do a little bit more research about, like, why. And so it talked about why they got divorced. But then that kind of brings up even more questions. Why did they get divorced?
Did he leave her for the second wife?
No.
Oh, no, now that would have been awesome. Now that would have been the story. I thought that's where we were going here. No. Okay.
Why'd
they break up?
So it's hard to read this. I think they got married in 1879. I'm going to need to, this is from newspapers.com, and I'm going to go back and look at Newspaper Archive to see if I can read it better, because sometimes they're digitized differently.
Yeah.
But they got married in, I think, 1879, had 3 daughters, and then they divorced in 1891. It said their first years had been happy, but Mr. and Mrs. Zouch quarreled after a few more years. They were divorced in 1891 in St. Louis. Zouch married 2 years after that to Miss Lottie Green, who we just talked about, who had recently died when this article came out. And then Mrs. Zouch did not marry again until 1923. So she married like 30 years late. Well, not quite. Yeah, 30 years later. So she was just single for 30 years, married somebody else. He died after 2 years of marriage. And then, they got back together. But this was an interesting comment that Zooch made in this article. He said, "When we were divorced, we made a great mistake, but we didn't realize it then," said Zooch as he reposed restfully in the living room of his home. "Lots of young people are making the same mistake today, but they are too young
Getting married or divorced?
I guess divorced.
Okay.
But they are too young to realize it, just as we were. We're back together again now, and we were never happier in our lives." But, I mean...
Is the wife quoted at all in this?
No, she's not. Also...
That's another red flag.
Yeah, like...
I'm sorry. I'm just like, I'm a little torn on it. I'm not saying, like I said, we all do things differently. We all find each other back or whatever things go. Everyone's different, and everyone has things that happen to create their own story.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But I just, like, I'm having a hard time connecting to my hero in this story, so to speak. We've all used the term in some way, shape, or form. She wasn't even cold yet.
Well, it's even more than that for me, is that he's like, we made this great mistake and now we're back together. But like, are you discounting all those years with your second wife?
That's another good point.
Honestly, that's the only thing. Because
it's not like they got divorced. She died.
Right.
Yeah.
She died, and they'd been married for 30 years,
Yeah.
33-ish years. And so that discounts the love that he would have had and the relationship they would have had with her. And that's the part that bothers me because, okay.
How old were they when they got married the first time?
Oh, they would have been in their 20s, I think.
Would it be? Okay, then.
Or no, maybe before that, maybe like late teen. Oh man, I'd have to do some math.
Do some math, because like the only thing I can
this.
think of is back in the day, people got married a little bit earlier, and it was more common. So maybe it was, hey, we were 16 years old, and then, hell, my mind changed over a trillion times by the time I was 16 to 27 years old. We all have different things, and we meet each other, and you're like, maybe we shouldn't have done that because you grew up. I don't know. I'm trying to help this guy.
You're trying.
Yeah.
And I
this is such a fascinating story to talk about.
I want to know more because I've always said, like you said, like people grieve in different ways. And I have tried to like make a point to say to people, like, if I die, I want Jeff to get remarried. Yeah. Like, I want him to.
You're a lot better than me.
If we're much older, maybe he can just like date someone seriously. We don't have to get remarried. But like, I want my picture up. I want to still like be part of things, be remembered. I don't want it to be like, oh, we're never going to speak of Lacy again. Like, I want that respect. But it would be a shame for him to not be in a relationship.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I go the complete opposite. It has to be a state of mourning for 72 years. On the 72nd year in one day, you can start dating again.
One day.
Well, that was a joke, by the way. There's a lot of people that think I'm being serious.
Well, no, and different people have different feelings about all of that. But if, I died and my husband was like, well, now I can be with my true love, finally, I would have very different feelings about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I agree with you on your point. I'm just trying to go back to think about this guy, like, and what his motive was.
Yeah. I think he was lonely.
Who the hell wants to get married again at 66 years old? Like, I'm telling you, Lacy, I'll be honest with you. I'm a one and done type of person. Like, I've had enough fun. Like, for planning what, like, no more. This is it.
Yeah. I mean,
who would want to go,
No.
Yeah, no.
No, I've been married for 15 years. We've been together for 22. It's been great.
Yeah.
But I consider this my one.
Yeah.
And I don't plan for anything else.
Yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything could happen, but I am not getting remarried.
Yeah.
We'll be friends, type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They could have been pen pals. They didn't have to combine taxes again. I don't know why.
Well, and then you start to be like, did he just want somebody to like do things around the house?
Wait a minute. No, I got one better.
What?
I wonder if his daughters were bragging about the husband being rich.
I think maybe she had some money and he was like, oh, interesting. You want to move here from California?
Doing pretty good over there. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying that's a definite thought I have. Because the daughters have obviously been talking to him, and if they're like, oh yeah, mom's doing great out there, and they have a huge house, and they got all this stuff, Or
it's a parent trap situation, and they just wanted them back together. But they would be in their 40s or whatever at this point, so it's not really.
How long did they stay married? Did they die soon?
So he died 10 years later in
so they had another decade.
36. She was still alive.
Wow.
But it said that's when it talked a little bit more about his job and everything. He at one time operated chicken farm on the Grafton Road between Alton and Jerseyville, and he was buried in St. Louis. So I don't know how long his first wife / most recent wife lived beyond that, but it's really interesting because in his obituary it says he is survived by his wife Stella and 3 daughters, Mrs. Thomas Collins, Mrs. Jessie Bryce, and Mrs. Stella Isles. But it doesn't say anything about the woman that he was married to in the middle. But it might have been that his daughters did this and they just put in the basics, and I don't know.
Did he have stepchildren?
I need to look at that. Okay, so
because that would be the interesting comment.
So Mrs. Deutsch, this is the one that died in 1926, and survived by her husband and 3 daughters, Mrs. Thomas Collins, Mrs. James Bryce, and Mrs. Leon Ives. Okay, yeah, so no, in her obituary, his daughters are listed as her daughters. So I guess they never had children of their own.
Okay.
But she must have been close to his daughters and considered them family.
Very fascinating.
Yeah.
Got a moment to take a quick break?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what time it is. We'll come back. I do. I'm not saying in case someone's like, it's 2:56. I understand that.
You can tell time?
Yeah. I know, but I just don't know what time this is airing. I don't. Actually, I do. Yes, I do. It will air at 10 o'clock. Because I have an hour of a segment before you.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Within some change.
Yeah.
Give me a 15-minute grace period. I'm counting a day. I'm counting a few days out, and I don't have anything done.
You got it on the right day. That's good enough.
We'll see. I haven't put them all together yet. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with more Daily Show after this one.
Firearms training shouldn't feel intimidating. At Precision Point Armory in Bethalto, we focus on safety, confidence, and real-world skills. Whether you're new or renewing your concealed carry, you'll get professional instruction without pressure. Learn safe handling, sound decision-making, and proper techniques tailored to your experience level. If you're looking for premium firearms training in the heart of Bethalto, Illinois, call 618-779-9947 or go to precisionpointarmory.net and train with confidence today.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Tom Wells,
an assistant chief of the Godfrey Fire District. He has been a firefighter and an EMT for over 20 years. Tom is currently an instructor in the Lewis and Clark Paramedicine program and has 2 degrees from LC, fire science and nursing.
I'm Tom Wills, and I'm a trailblazer. If you think you might be pregnant, you don't have to face it alone. At Vitality Women's Clinic, you'll find the care you deserve. We offer confidential, no-cost pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, and STI testing. Our team is here to listen, support you, and help you understand your options without pressure or judgment. Walk in or make an appointment today. Call 618-466-1690 or visit vitalitywomensclinic.org. Vitality Women's Clinic, clear answers, real support.
Welcome back. You couldn't hear any of that. Daily Show. Got some crud.
Maybe
I'm worried about that.
Vacation will help with that.
It should. I'm worried. I'm going to get up to the damn altar. They go, say I do. I do.
Jackie's like, what's going on?
Does he have life insurance? I mean, I'm just torn on this guy.
Charles. Yeah. Well, and this is the kind of thing where for genealogy research, it would be so confusing because they're always named Mrs. Charles F. Deutsch and then Deutsch, whoever. And since her obituary, the Lottie's obituary lists her daughters, but we find out in the other obituary that those were her stepdaughters, which again, like, I'm all about, you know, family is family and that's however you make it. And there shouldn't be a, you know, designation of step or real or whatever, but you wouldn't know that relationship unless you read it in one of the other obituaries.
Well, and that's, I think, so fascinating about this too, because that's a lot of research to find. You know, I mean, that's not, you know, like, go do that yourself on Ancestry and tell me how far you get, because you got to do a lot of real digging. And like I said, in all seriousness, just because I do this to myself too much, the last couple of months, it's been great. Like every time I go out, it's like, oh, I watch your show. So if anyone's related to this couple, just I'm not picking on anybody. Like I am seriously not.
Right.
It's for the sake of the story is trying to figure out how something got to this point. I don't think we have to worry about it, but I just, you know, want to make that clear. We aren't picking on anybody. It's just, if you have more details, let us know, because now this is actually a topic of news. Yes. Relevant and who would have thought that family 100 years ago would have thought, like, Alton will be talking about this.
Right.
Or like the mother-in-law, if he had like a crabby mother-in-law that was like, do not get back with him. They're going to talk about this for a century.
Yeah, and we just proved her right.
We did.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know where we go with that from here. So what was your most engaging part of the research for this one?
I want to know more about his second wife. His second wife. I feel like, okay, she didn't have biological children.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're buried together. I want to see like where everyone's buried. And I kind of want to highlight her a little bit because I doubt there's anyone else doing it. She's one of those people that gets lost in history.
Yeah.
You know, like she was from New York, made her life here after they got married, I guess. I'd like to see if I can figure out how they met.
That would be such a cool little, it's not a little project. It'd be a cool major project to, really do like the Sally Rides or the Amelia Earharts of the world, the famous, the quote unquote famous, celebrities, but just like the everyday woman, like this lady, what happened to her?
Yeah. Yeah. What did she like? What was she interested in? What did she do with her time?
And you would have a good undertaking of this because, that it's not, I shouldn't speak for you, but I would assume that there's a lot more, just hearing from you, a lot more information on these men and we know what's happening to them. But because of names changing and all this other stuff, you're right. They get lost in history. And who deserves to be lost in history?
Yeah. And even just the fact that from 1879 until 1891, Mrs. Charles F. Deutsch was one person, and then it switched over to Mrs. Charles F. Deutsch being another person from 1893 to 1926. And then in 1926, the original one goes back to it. So you're not even able to look for their names. You have to look for their husband's name, like Mrs. husband's name, and then have a timeline of when he was married to each person to figure out who you're even researching.
You can have fun with that one.
It's kind of what I do all the time, so I don't mind that.
Lacey, what was your favorite part of my wedding?
I got you. I'm so excited. I think probably dancing will be my favorite part, and just seeing y'all. I love when people get married. That I like.
This is my first wedding I've been to.
No, it's not. This is your first wedding you've ever been to.
Yeah.
Like,
I have not been to a wedding.
Really?
I think I went to one when I was 7 years old.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Seriously.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Let me take that back.
Okay.
Just because I don't want someone to play gotcha with me and take away my credibility as an honest person.
Yes.
My brother did get married, but there was no wedding party or anything. It was the ceremony and that was it. The ceremony, God bless you, John, to this day was 15 minutes.
Oh, was it like, where was it? Where did they do it? Did they just do like a
Green Tree Inn in Elsa at the little gazebo?
Oh, cute. Okay.
It was really nice.
That's awesome.
And that was it. But I really haven't been to a wedding reception. I have not done any of that.
I will tell you, the first wedding that Jeff and I went to after our own wedding was my favorite wedding ever because then you're like, I'm at a wedding and I don't have to do a thing.
There you go.
And like, you know how hard stuff is to plan at that point. So you like appreciate what the couple did to put together everything and like make it fun for everyone, but you're not having to do it. So it's very relaxing. I loved our wedding. Loved. And it went like exactly the way I wanted it to, but it was a lot of work. And there were things that we dropped. We had a list of stuff where it was like, this doesn't have to happen for us to still get married. And we didn't do any of those things.
The only thing that I wanted was a pickle shot fountain.
Are you getting one? Heck yeah.
We're getting a pickle shot fountain. I stole the idea. I will say this. I steal it from Brant Walker because he had a Vegas bomb fountain at one of his events. And I'm like, pickle shots. Because Vegas bombs and CJ are, that is a alcohol and energy drinks for an already very anxious and highly energetic man is not a good sign. So that's why we went the other way.
Yeah, I like that.
Lacey, great segment as always.
Thank you.
Thanks for writing this one. And
you're welcome.
We'll take a quick break and I will wrap up Wednesday after this one.